Okay, everybody. I forgot to hit the record button, so I'm going to go back here, and I want to talk about just how to navigating the course over Canvas. As I mentioned before, and now hopefully it being recorded, there is a course called Canvas 101 that I think graduate students are asked to take. I'm not sure. But you don't really have to go through it if you haven't. I'm going to give you some of the ins and outs. Remember, a week from tonight, which is a week from tonight, will be the first session for first live session that I'll stream. And this course, of course, this course is obviously offered in an online format. Now, go over to the OVU website. And then if you click on the search button, you'll see a little Google custom search box pop up. And I do this. I would put in login, press enter, and it will give you the search results. And what you want is the OVU help desk. And here, the help desk will show you all of the different student logins. Okay, those have those for employees and faculty. And so here, you want to know how to get into Canvas. Here's the link to Canvas, then your OVU email, and then your password. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on the link. And it's not playing nice with me. So we'll do that. We'll do this. I'm going to go back. But there you have the Canvas, the username. What you might want to do is copy this and put this in a Word document, or if you have a notepad so you can remember. I'll show you how I get there. It's, I think, a little bit simpler and a little bit more useful. I hit the little search thing and come over, and I will get a login to Canvas, and then I log in. And I had already logged in, so you saw that. And you'll find your course. You're going to see a different view than I do because I'm, as an instructor, you're going to have a little bit different view. And you're going to come over to the Information Technology course, Fall 2017. Okay? Now, I'm going to do something because right now, this is what we call the instructor view, and I'm going to leave the instructor view and go to the student view. And you'll see down here it says leave it student view or reset. Now, the Canvas room is the Canvas. This is divided into modules. This is a module called Getting Started and Greeting Your Colleagues. Okay. And then there's a module for week 1. Okay. And then all the materials and places to upload an assignment, they're all here. You'll see the little icons. This is a link to some resources about they're useful. And that is the first week course, Intro and Logistics. And of course, you see here we are in week 2. Here's an exam. If you click on the exam, it will tell you how many attempts, how much time you have to take it, how many questions there are. Okay. Then you'll also see there are some files that you can download, okay? And there's also a place where you will be uploading a file. So each week I'll have assignments as well as resources that I'll use in the lecture sessions. Now each week I'm going to have a lecture session and then a lab session. So you'll have the full 4 hours, but I'm going to chunk it, okay? Now, as you can see, and I'll just pop these back up. And what I found is that it just makes it a lot easier if you if you go ahead and just close those and then just open the one that you're working on. Now here is a group software project, instructions for that. And I think I've got those over here in the files, if I'm not mistaken. Now that you've seen the modules area, okay, let's look at the announcements area. And this is pretty typical. Here I've got a revised class schedule, office hours for 2007. That doesn't really affect you, but it's just there so you have an idea. Then there's the welcome video, okay. I believe I'd sent it out to all of you to take a look at, or I'd sent you an email and said, hey, you know, there's a welcome video, I'd like you to see it, okay. And when I'm through recording this video today, I'll post it in announcements and say, here's a second welcome video. You can just see course community. I've got, and what you're also going to find over here are a lot of prior recordings of things that I have done for like supplemental lab links, supplemental lecture, because this was a hybrid class. The class I had before was hybrid. This is fully online, and so I'll be posting an announcement, or I'll embed it in that week. So you'll want to be on the lookout for that. As I said, okay, here's the video for a case that I worked on, and I'll tell you what to upload, and you'll want to read about the format and so forth of the course. Here's the list of assignments. Okay, these are all of the assignments, how many points they are, when they're due. And of course, these are not going to be available until August the 7th, which is the day before your course starts. Then the discussions board area, if there are any discussions. Now, here is where I had created teams, and the group software project that I'm going to have you do, I have instructions in there, you'll find it. I'll divide you into teams. And then at and you'll have a DB where you can meet up. Here I'd like you, when you get a chance, to come over and post at the course coffee house and let us know about introduce yourself to all of us. Here's the grades, okay, and these are, and you'll have a grades section that'll show you when it was due, what your score was, out of how many points that were possible. Then here's the people section, and again, I would assume you have that information, and if you want to, you can send somebody an email message. Okay, and there I'm also as a teacher. Now, there's a thing called pages. And I have some pages that have been created, okay? And these are literally various documents that I've uploaded, okay? And often you'll find some things like case follow-ups. How do I do one of those? That's an assignment, okay? What about late assignments, participation? How do you post the grades, that type of thing. There's a section called files, and this has all of the files that you're going to be using in the course, including what I call skeleton or dummy files that you'll be using to work through the case studies. Now, how I'm going to handle the case studies is like this, okay? I'm going to cover that. I'm going to show you how they're done. I'll tell you which file you need to upload for each of the cases. I handle these cases like a workshop, okay? And that's the approach. So you'll want to see that. I've got some information posted about that, but you can see, and I'll refer you to which case we're working on, like say maybe Lake West assessment, or what cases we need. Okay. So we're still kind of navigating through. And you listen, you have this, and you can look through it as often as you would want, between now and the start of class, even when class is going on. Now, I mentioned today, and when class is online, here's what I do. I do about an hour and a half to 2 hours of lecture time. Then that evening, or maybe the next day or whatever, I do another 2 hours of lab time. So I'll cover a lab. So we'll get somewhere between 3 and 4 hours. Now, the truth is, you should have a 50-minute class, a 10-minute break, 50-minute class, a 15-minute break. So you should have roughly each class supposedly would be 4 hours of contact time. It really boils down to 45 minutes, and so you should have about 180 to 200 minutes of instructional time. We'll usually exceed that. I know there's a lot here that I'm throwing at you. That's why it's saved in a video, so you can go back and make notes. And don't forget, when you see the video, you can also use closed caption, because this will be posted at YouTube, and you can put on closed caption in the event you want to take it a little bit slower. Now, here's something that can deceive you a little bit. This is called the syllabus. And really what this is, I have not included a course summary here because I provide you a syllabus over in the course materials. If you went back to the files area, you'd find the syllabus. I also think I have posted out there in course resources. But this is a syllabus in the sense that it shows you all of the assignments and when they're due. Okay? And you can see there's a definite pattern in when things are due. Usually exams and quizzes are due by 6 o'clock of the night that I do a lecture. Then cases like this spreadsheet tutorial, okay, this part of this case, all right, and the file is over there in the files, and I'll show you how you just upload the thing, okay, because I'll show you, here's what we're going to do in the case, here's how to do it. Like I said, I'm handling these cases like workshops. Quizzes, you'll see these are all the different assignments that are in the form of a quiz, okay. Then we're back to the modules, and you can see, getting started, greeting your colleagues in week 1, all the way down to week 8. Conferences, okay, you can't do that in a student view, and then collaborations, I think we're going to get the same thing, unauthorized. And then if you want Office 365 is there. But again, this is just a quick run through. Now, the course has a calendar, okay? And you can see what you have coming up. For the month of August. Then you can go ahead on into September and see what's due in September. And of course, by the end of September, by September 26th, you'll be finished with the course. Now, if you click on Dashboard, it will show you at the very least this course plus, I think, the Canvas 101 course. Okay. And then when you're ready, you just go ahead and you go ahead and then you just get out of Canvas. Now here's an inbox, okay, and you have your own email. And you could just simply scroll back and there you are. Now, I'll do a lecture session and do a little bit more, but really what I'd like you to do would be to take a look at all the files over here. You'll see there's the syllabus attachment for the course. There's the syllabus. Here's our ethics code. Here's some information about an intro to the course, a course summary, the course repository. I have a place where I store other materials. The format, I talk about in-class workshops. What is that all about? Participation, late work, workshop readings and materials, how I post grades, case quizzes, exams, some resources here. These are links and some resources you can download, and we'll talk about those as we get through. Then revised class schedule, office hours for me. This really more pertains to undergraduates, but I put it in everywhere because my office hours at the office are going to be a little bit different. And then there's, of course, the course schedule. Okay. And obviously, I don't think I put anything in there. I'll need to add a file to that. But nonetheless, that'll give you a nice overview of navigating what's here. And it's just going to it'll take you a bit of time. Now, on the evenings when I do a live session, I will send out an invitation. It's up to you to attend that live session if you wish or not. It's not mandatory, except for the last 2 weeks of class. Those are what we call plenary sessions. Week 7, okay, when the group projects are due, and on week 8, when we do, I think what's a fun thing is the business movies exercise. Students always tend to have a great fun with that. This is the group project. So week 7 and week 8, I'll expect you to attend those, but otherwise that evening, and I think if I'm not mistaken, this class is set up for Tuesday evenings where I'm doing the lecture, and then I'll do the lab the next day, or maybe on Thursday, but always before when work is due. So I'll say, okay, here's the case that we've done. In other words, the in-class workshop. Here's the file you should upload, and here's where you ought to upload it. So don't make this too difficult for yourself at all. And as usual, I'm always available for questions. And I think, as you listen to this and maybe replay this video, things will make a lot more sense to you. Well, I'm going to leave the student view, and so you're going to see a whole lot more stuff than typically you would see with me. And I think that's one I haven't. And that's what I said, the syllabus, I'll list high, okay. The module section shows all topics and assignments for a given course. So yeah, okay. So you're good there. So you can go back into the syllabus. And I'll show you what's due. And then if you want to see major themes, you can see these. Obviously, I have an email from somebody. You can see the inbox. And we'll go back. Okay. Well, listen, I am looking forward to seeing you in class a week from tonight. And this is pretty typical, so it wouldn't matter if this was the fall online session of this course, or the spring, or whatever. This is pretty much a legacy video that you'll want to see, and you'll want to look at navigating the course and what all is over here. And this will become more and more familiar with you as you work with it. Well, folks, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the share, and then I'm going to stop the recording,